Hey guys, welcome back to TBS Skylabs, which is basically my house. Yeah, so we're going to continue our little series. I probably should have mentioned last time that this is not a series on physics. It's maybe more of a series on computer science. So just to give people a heads up of the direction we're going in, and the idea is to give students in the class basically a chance to see things properly, because it's really actually quite hard to see some of the examples in class, and diagrams are a bit meh. Anywho, so I'm going to have my power module just like before. I'm going to plug it onto my board. Again, remembering making sure the positive and the negative match up with the positive and negative of the board. Now, so what's the purpose of today going to be? Well, today is pretty much a physics lesson. I'm not a physics teacher, but still. But what we're going to try and do is add a little simple button to our board so that when we press it, the LED will light up. And then when we let it go, the LED will stop being lit. Now, it's going to be almost the same system as before, and that's what we're trying to get in with these first few lessons. Excuse me. It's just how to build up a little simple system that will going to let us test stuff later. So once again, I'm going to go from my power line to here, which in this case happens to be 11, and that's just because that's where it fits. Now again, breadboards can be a little bit stiff, especially if they're new, but hopefully we can get that to go in there. There we go. If for some reason you can't, then it's worth getting a set of tweezers. It's worth getting a set of tweezers that will let you kind of stab the spaces in the board to get it moving. I've had it before where it was almost impossible to stick stuff in, so just if you have issues, that's fine, it's normal. Okay, now we've got our button. Hopefully you can see that there. Now our button has 4 little teeth on the bottom, and basically by pressing the button we are joining those teeth together. Now it's really normal for us to put the teeth on one side of the breadboard and the other into the other side of the breadboard. In that way we could use that button for 2 different things. Now we're only going to use it for one today, so I'm going to have my left leg. So really I'm almost forgetting that these buttons exist. I could pull them off and it's not going to make a difference. I'm only concentrating on these 2 little legs today. So this first leg here is going to connect to my positive. And the other leg, we're going to have to space out a bit, is going to connect one space along to my eventually negative, but to, nothing at the moment. And then I can plug in the other button to the other side of the breadboard. Now, you might have to adjust teeth. Don't be afraid of moving things around on circuits. Now, again, try and not break it. If you move stuff too much, it becomes a bit loose and bendy and can be hard to clip into things, as we're seeing here. So I was doing some students who used this one before. It's always good to blame students for your problems. There we go. And there we go. And hopefully that's fixed onto the board to an extent. So right now I've got my power coming from here, and it's going into this leg, but it's not going anywhere from the other leg. But I can press the button, it's reasonably secure on the center of the board. Now you can place the buttons anywhere, but just be careful if you place 2 lines on the same row. Remember that you are kind of joining them together. That might not be what you want. Now everything else is just exactly as we had before. So we have our resistor. Now again, it doesn't matter where we place our resistor. It's okay. So nice chilled piece of equipment. Quite happy to go anywhere. And so we're going to connect that, in this case, to one leg. And I'm going to connect the other bit just further down the board to wherever we fancy. I'm going to do line 20, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, so now my resistor is connected to my switch, and we still haven't got anything going here, but that should be okay. Again, this is a 220 ohm resistor, and we know that by the colors that are on there, or we can use a voltmeter or something like that to test later on. Okay, cool. Then I need my LED, which I can't find, so I'm going to get a new one. Oh, it's here. Okay, so, and again, remember, our long leg is the positive, and our short leg is the negative. So, and by placing it in the same row, so one leg in the same row as my resistor, and one leg in the next row along because we don't want to attach them together. And then finally, I'm going to connect that leg, the unattached leg, to that. Oh, that's a very stiff bit. Let's try it. To the negative end of the breadboard. Okay, and that should connect on there. Okay, so we've got our power flowing to here. Now it's not going through because the switch is not pressed down. So this is almost just like having a gap in the wire. There, we've cut the wire effectively at the moment. And then it should flow into the LED, the big leg, out of the small leg, out of the small leg, into the ground or negative side of things. Okay, now if I turn the things on, nothing happens, yay! And, well, this little light comes on just to let me know it's working. But basically, nothing should happen until I press my button, which will complete the circuit and allow the power to flow from one end to the other. Alrighty, so again, this is just adding a button. Now later, we're going to look at transistors and see how we could replace this button with a transistor. Ooh, exciting. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Have fun.